Illegal refinery usually take place in forests and bushes. It involves the stealing of crude from pipelines of international oil companies, filling in a tank and boiling to very high temperatures. These processes sometimes result in explosion, claiming lives and destroying properties as well as the environment, like it happened in Imo State. Oftentimes, the government has talked about clamping down on illegal refineries to prevent the disaster inherent in their operations. The question is it possible to clamp down on illegal refineries? Can they be converted to legal refineries? I'm Blessing Naichi. This is Report on ITV.
First, the illegal refineries, it's criminal in nature. It's illegal and it's criminal, and it tends to those that indulge in these activities, they are economic saboteurs that sabotage the effort of the government and the economy of the Nigeria government. We condemn it in total. The recent incident, it's one of many that occur on daily basis, because as a petrochemical technologist, crude oil and all its byproduct is highly inflammable. It can ignite fire at any time. So those who indulge in these illegal activities, little knowledge do they know about it. What effort are they putting in place to ensure that they can contain this fire outbreak? You see the disaster that it caused, losing over 100 or about 150 lives at a spot. So we condemn it. Government should come up with a blueprint to see how these activities can be mitigated or rather regulated. At the time, government came up with this modular refineries. We intend to give license to individual persons to operate these mini refineries. But at a time, they could not also agree in terms with them. So we are advising that the government should put in place mechanisms to checkmate the activities, because there is no way it can be stopped finally. Because those that are involved in these activities are not just ordinary persons like us. Those in government, the government agencies, security agencies are involved and aid them in carrying out these activities. So we encourage government to come up with a strategy of legalizing these refineries, because government have not been able to come up on their own to say, okay, we are building a refinery, or to make our own existing refinery functional.
As environmentalists, the destruction, apart from the deaths, the environment that is destroyed is a cause of concern to us as environmentalists, apart from the fact that no life is supposed to be lost unnecessarily. And those lives that are lost, reports are saying about 100, but eyewitness and people from there that we've interacted with says it's over 200 people that died. Some families lost up over 50 members of their families that they know. We've always advocated that there is a way out. These people that have this ingenious, creative mentality to develop how to refine crude. You remember there was a time that a report came from a UK firm that said that the petroleum resources that are refined through this so-called illegal means was better than the one that is refined by our refineries and distributed. So which means government needs to look inward, bring these people together, create a cooperative for them, and next they will be identified, they will be known, they will be licensed. We are talking of modular refineries or modular refining. If this group of persons are brought together, they will be trained, and then they will reorganize themselves, they will be known. And the key thing where all these explosions happens is the source of the crude that they are taking. Okay? And then the methodology of their processing it. So if they are giving licenses, they are giving acreages, they are giving quotas, everybody, government knows how much crude is given to them, and they refine it, and they are censored to do quality refining. It becomes cheaper within the communities where it is done. It becomes accessible, and job creation is enhanced. And then the incidence of illegality is reduced, and they pay taxes to the coffers of the government.
New saga, it's alarming, and they're trying to trace the exigencies of illegal refinery and the death that happened occurring in Imo State. A country where there's no employment, what will lead? What will cost? It will cost illegality. The opposite of illegality is legality. In 2017, 14 February precisely, when the acting president, Osije Bajo, had inadequate capacity for 2 months, he took a tour to the Niger Delta, and he said the government is going to support the illegal refinery, those boys in the creeks who are producing a illegal refinery, and people are patronizing them for them to be able to produce a fuel that can be used in the automobile industry. They're going to engage them and give them support. And if this one happens, there will be enough fuel supplies in the country. That's what he said in 2017. What happened? They dropped the agenda and the ideologies. The federal government should be held responsible. A country where there's joblessness in the country, for you to have an illegal refinery, you must be a student of petroleum engineering. You have technical know-how. So they are not just an illiterate. So the government should support them. So can you clamp on them? It's not possible. It's a booming business. If you watch the television's report, you can see over 20 motors were burnt. We are patronizing them. It's not illegal any longer, because why? They produce a very good machine, a very good fuel. And in our country, Nigeria, NNPC don't produce fuel here. So why can't the country encourage these people who are in the creeks and give them license for them to produce fuel? You can't cramp on them. Invite those people. They are intellectual. Most of them are PhD holders. For you to be able to build a model, it's like modular refinery inside the creek. Why do they call it illegality? Because we don't give license. Now the refinery they just call modified. Are they the license state? Now we are buying fuel for 165, 190. When we have boys in the creek who are intellectual, they finish university, they were able to produce a machine who can produce fuel. You call it illegal refinery. Please. Let the government take responsibility. They will have more illegality until the government do it right. If not, when the just refuse to act very well, the unjust will take up harm in the city.
Well, let us first condemn anything illegality, because the consequences of that are usually very, very fatal and very unacceptable in the society. But the question, like you ask, yes, the emergence of illegal refinery, in my opinion, will not be separated from the fact that we operate a state that has failed, or a failing state, as where every other person now become that highly disgruntled, in such a manner that we are given to believing that the state had not been able to provide for each citizen what is actually required for their life to excel in the society they belong. So this, I think, would have been responsible for why people have resorted to self-help. Because the creation of this illegal refinery is as a matter of self-help. People want to make it possible to live. And if that be, you cannot therefore begin to think of removing them entirely, especially when you look at the current population of such persons participating in the act. And today, the fuel itself had not proved anything, good for the poor person in the society. You cannot even put fuel in your generator and sleep throughout the night. And so, if there are other means by which you can achieve this, not necessarily for the government domain, then of course, why not? So I do think it's not going to be an easy task for government to entirely clamp down on the whole of them operating the system as at moment. But rather, government should think of what to do, either to provide what it means in their responsibility to satisfy the people of this country, or allow the legal refineries continue or legalize them.
To clamp down illegal refineries may be difficult, if not impossible. According to some experts who have spoken, it will be better to convert them to legal refineries, as this will naturally phase out illegal refining of crude. I'm Blessing Aichi.